Hi, welcome back. This is Adventures with Dr. Joe. Today we're going to change the oil and the filter in a Yamaha WaveRunner. We're out here on my gazebo. You can hear the martins in the background. It's fantastic. And a little wind chime. You need a few things to do this. So you need some oil. And the oil for this is the Yamaha Yamalube SAE 10W40 4W engine oil. Now I'll leave a link for this and the kit. But you also need a filter. You need an oil filter, and this is the Yamaha 69J 13440-04, and you need an oil filter wrench. This is 73 millimeters with 14 flats. I'll leave a link to this. It's about $8. It fits perfectly. You'll be able to do this. Now, you also need a way to get the oil out. This is an oil extractor, or a fluid extractor. It works by either manual or pneumatic. The pneumatic runs with an air compressor, so if you're going to use that, you need to have an air compressor. So we're going to show both methods because the air compressor one works really quickly. Now, the key is you got to warm your engine oil up. It's about 80 degrees today. The ideal time in the year to do this is probably the fall, because then in the spring you can just fire it up and away you go. But it's the spring here, and we're going to do it today. Let's get started. Okay, I apologize for any wind noise. We're out on the pier. I've got a small air compressor hooked up to the oil extractor. It's manual and pneumatic. It says manual, but it's really not. And what we're going to do in the WaveRunner is we're going to go down the dipstick with the correct tube and then refill it here, and then we're going to take the oil filter out, which is down in here, and I've got the oil filter wrench right here. Okay, notice I've got the tubing that goes in the dipstick all the way down here, connected to the large diameter and to the pump itself. I've warmed the engine up, and now we're going to pump it, do the manual technique initially, and look at this. See the oil coming out? Here it comes down the line. Now, when I hook the air compressor up, that's going to even bring more oil down the line. Right here, it's flowing down the tube, full all the way down to here, and it's filling up. And I'm going to turn the air compressor on to take care of the lost pressure as it fills. Using the air compressor makes it so easy. And again, it uses the Venturi effect to create a vacuum inside the oil extractor to pull the fluid out, and it is pulling it out right now. You can see it coming out, and pretty soon it'll be done. So we've completely drained all the oil. You can see it's just air coming out now, and it brought it up to about this level. This is 6.5 liter. This is about 4, and that's the oil capacity of the engine. So now we're going to take off so this has been a combination of both the pneumatic and manual. It's worked well for both. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it gets the job done. And it's very neat and tidy. For the WaveRunner oil and filter, we're going to take the filter off now. Let's take a look at that. There should be almost no oil leaking because it's all come out in the oil extractor. So I'm going to put the oil dipstick back in. And now I'm going to fit the oil filter wrench on the oil filter. And we're going to spin it off right here. Here it comes. Now at this point, I think it can be removed by hand. So we're just going to spin this off by hand and put a cloth underneath it so there are no drips. Okay, I took the protective plastic cover off this. Now we're going to use just a little bit of oil to put a little oil film on the edge, on the gasket of the new oil filter. And then we're going to put the new oil filter in place. Okay, so I've got the new oil filter on. I hand tightened it and then tightened it a half a turn. Now we're going to put the new oil in through the oil fill opening right here. So we've got basically 4 liters of Yamaha SAE 10W40 Each one of these has a quart, so it's 4 quarts. It's about, it's about a gallon. 946 mil, so it's almost a liter each. So we're going to open these up, pour it into the oil opening. They each have a seal here, which we got to get off. Typically I get it off with my knife. And we'll check the oil level sometime during the 4th can. Because we want the right amount, but we don't want too much. Okay, so I ran the engine for a little while, rechecked the oil level. It was a touchdown, so I added all 4 of those quarts. So it takes total of 4 quarts. I added all of it, and that's the correct volume for that. Sorry about the wind.